witches, how you doing today? We are going to talk about adapting witchcraft folklore. I know we see a lot of like protection spells, and those are easy to translate from folklore to modern day, right? I mean, protection is protection. But you also see a lot of things like charms and incantations for toothaches and for, healing a horse and protecting a herd of cattle. And how do you translate those into the modern day? That's what we're going to talk about today. For those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft, especially traditional witchcraft stuff like folklore. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back. Your appreciation is much supported. Your support is much appreciated. And all of you, please consider subscribing. It's a great way to help us build the channel. So, okay. We have a bit of a conundrum, right? We're building a witchcraft practice based on the early modern period, on historical folklore, but we live in the year 2021. So a lot of the folklore deals with toothache remedies and ailing livestock. So how do we work this into our practice when it seems so like out of date? So we need to seek out the deeper meaning behind the old charms and incantations. So cows were a family's food source and their income. Horses were a mode of transportation. So a charm said over an ailing horse could be used on your broke down car. Incantations to vouchsafe the cow herd throughout the difficult winter months could be used to secure your position in your chosen field of work during a round of layoffs or just general work chaos, right? I'll give you an example. This is from the Carmina Gadelica. It's hymns and incantations. It's Scottish, which is what I work with in my practice. So that's where all my examples come from. But this is the protection of the cattle. So again, right? I mean, unless you're a rancher today, you don't probably need to protect your cattle. But I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to think about how you can adapt this, knowing that cattle were sort of the way to ensure your family's security, just like a job is now our way to secure our family's security. Pastures smooth, long and spreading, grassy meads beneath your feet. The friendship of God the Son to bring you home to the field of the fountains, the field of the fountains. Closed be every pit to you, smoothed be every knoll to you, cozy every exposure to you, beside the cold mountains, beside the cold mountains. The care of Peter and of Paul, the care of James and of John, the care of Breed Fair and of Mary Virgin, to meet you and to tend you, oh, the care of all the band, to protect you and to strengthen you. So, on the surface, it's like, okay, that's nice, but what does that have to do with modern times? But when we talk about pastures smooth, long, and spreading, grassy meads beneath your feet, it's like, right, that idea of just beautiful, grassy, grazing area for the cattle. For you at work, that's just that easy, right, you're going to fall into that nice, easy rhythm at work. The friends of God the Son to bring you home to the field of fountains, the field of fountains. So the field of fountains is really like their beautiful, ideal, perfect grazing area for the cattle. For you at work, that's your, again, that's like you're fitting in your niche, you're just doing really well, you're get your workflow going, and you're just in your groove. Closed be every pit to you, smooth be every knoll to you. So again, right, they don't want their cattle to fall in a pit and break an ankle, and they have to put it down, and now they're losing income. Smooth be every knoll to you. So again, right, that idea of that up and down, they just want it nice and smooth. So again, it's smooth sailing at work. It's close be every pit to you. There's no pitfalls at work. You're not going to get trapped into anything. Cozy every exposure to you beside the cold mountains. So the cold mountains are the crazy chaos going on in your workplace, right? And cozy be every exposure to you. You're going to be like in your little office or your cubby, whatever, doing your work, and you're just going to be cozy and insulated, and you're just going to be doing great while all the chaos of the workplace goes on around you. And that chaos, you're not going to get sucked up into it. You're going to stay nice and cozy. And then they call in different saints and Breed and Virgin Mary to meet and tend you, oh, the care of all the band to strengthen and protect you. So the care of all the band, think of your band of co-workers are there to strengthen and protect you. just like this band of saints and Breed and the Virgin Mary are there to strengthen and protect you, right? So you can kind of see, I guess, how you can adapt that. That could be an incantation that you say, you know, in the morning in your car before you go into work. Well, you know, maybe there's just a lot of chaos going around at work, or maybe there's a lot of drama and you don't want to get sucked into it, or maybe there's, a round of layoffs happening, right? Whatever it is, it's just you don't want to get sucked into it. So a large part of working with that old folklore is about understanding what it was truly meant to accomplish. And so we therefore have to endeavor to truly understand life in the early modern period, or whatever time frame our folklore is pulled from. Hi, Luna. Yes. To really understand, though, the day-to-day struggles of the people living in these times, we need to, you know, look at how their mode may have been different, but their struggles were the same. They were worried about herding livestock, and we worry about holding on to jobs. The underlying concern is the same. Security, or securing our income to support like our growing family or whatever it might be. So how do we learn more about the lives of the people in the early modern era? This is research, right? This is where witchcraft and academia intersect. If you really want to deepen your practice, learn about the lives of the people upon whom you are basing your practice. I don't have a ton of research recommendations for you, but I'll give you my go-to. I work with Scottish folklore to build my practice, and right, like the Carmina Gadelica. And so an indispensable book in my practice is this one here, The Visions, oh, hi Luna, The Visions of Isabel Gowdy. And it talks about her confessions. No, Luna. No, go. She's like, I want love. And in this book, chapter 1 is called The Cotter's Wife. And it literally goes through the life of what Isabel Gowdy's life was like. It talks about her and her husband, her as a woman during this time, and what her, you know, life was like as a cotter's wife, what her responsibilities and duties would have been, about her Christianity and how she was she was a Protestant at the time, and what her Protestantism would have looked like compared to the ideal of what the church expected. They talk about, they talk about her probably lackluster faith, her folk superstitions, her devotion to spirits, including saints and the fairies, the many faces of magic at the time and magical specialists, the war against superstition that was going on, and the witch hunts that were happening, and basically a little bit about how she would have actually ended up accused of witchcraft and accused and condemned of witchcraft. So it really gives you a very in-depth look at her life. And when you can understand more about the lives of the people in that period, you can start to understand their motivations behind the charms and incantations that you're reading, which you can then take those motivations and translate them onto something from today's time. So I hope that helps a little bit to sort of clear up, right? Like, how do you work with some of this folklore? Because some of it is a little, it seems a little inapplicable, but you can adapt it. You can take it and make it adaptable and relevant to the modern times in 2021. So yeah, questions, comments, leave us a comment below. Otherwise, yeah, that's our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's appreciated, and we'll catch you in the next one. Mwah! Thanks so much, you guys.